Project stakeholders. Project stakeholders are the people or groups that have something to gain or lose from any project's outcome. They are directly or indirectly involved in or linked with the project activities. The project manager is responsible for managing the expectations of the stakeholders. That is why the project manager needs to understand who the stakeholders of the project are. Project stakeholder management is the process of organizing communication with stakeholders and managing their expectations. An initial assessment of stakeholders should be made early in the project's life. The project manager should be aware of goals, past attitudes and behaviors, expected reactions to possible future developments for each stakeholder. The nature and extent of each stakeholder's interest in the project should be identified and recorded in a stakeholder register. This will make it easier to anticipate and deal with stakeholder-related problems. Once all stakeholders have been identified in the stakeholder register, the project manager will start to prioritize them. Prioritizing the stakeholders is important because it helps the project manager understand where to focus more of his time and resources. Project stakeholders can be either internal or external. Internal stakeholders are people or groups within the organization. External stakeholders are people or groups outside the organization. Stakeholders in each particular project will vary depending on the nature of the project. In a project, typical stakeholders are the project manager, project team members, support team, organization owners, investors, sponsors, financiers, suppliers, consultants, end users, government authorities, and the community. Project sponsor makes a commitment for the resources to be invested in the project. The sponsor can be the owner of the organization, financier, client, or their delegate. Project team is the core group of members responsible for the project. The team reports to the project manager. Project support team is a term used to designate the people who contribute to the task of the project, but do not report to the project manager administratively. End users are the individuals or groups who will utilize the end product, process, system, or service produced by the project. All these stakeholders have different roles and are therefore likely to have different points of view. Therefore, there is the potential for disagreements. The project manager needs to manage stakeholder disputes. The conflict between project stakeholders can be resolved through negotiation and mediation. Sometimes a third party may intervene to facilitate a solution through settlement in order to bring an end to the conflict. On large projects, Disputes Review Board (DRB) is formed to solve any serious conflicts. DRB is a forum for dispute resolution, typically comprising 3 independent and impartial persons selected by the relevant parties. Conflicts are likely whenever a project manager deals with a diverse group of stakeholders. The project manager should consider stakeholders' conflicts as an opportunity to debate and come up with innovative solutions. The project manager handles complex relationships with both internal and external stakeholders. He needs to create a social network to manage the relationships. He should know whose approval are required for the project's success.